How's it going, my lovely viewers? Welcome to week 11 of my NFL predictions. Last week I went 10-4, putting my current record at 104-40-1. The Saints and the Colts are on a bye week, and the teams that got cursed by the curse wheel are the 49ers, Bears, Packers, and Steelers. Brandon Perna got way ahead of himself, spun the wheel twice, and somehow 4 teams got cursed. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I understand, but we'll go ahead and hop right into Thursday Night Football real quick. And tonight's game is the Jets and the Patriots. I have the Patriots winning 26-20. And last week, the Jets actually were able to beat the Browns 27-20. And the Patriots were able to beat the Buccaneers 28-23. And I think it's going to be close just because it's a division rivalry. But, I'm not going to pick the Jets over the Patriots. The Patriots are at home. They're 8-2 for a reason. And I think they will take care of business. Alright, our next game is an international game in Spain between the Commanders and Dolphins. I have the Dolphins winning 24-10. Last week, the Commanders got killed by the Lions last week, which is about what I expected. The Dolphins unexpectedly kicked the Bills' asses last week in a definite trap game, so credit to the Dolphins for that. And the reason I'm picking the Dolphins is, both these teams are a mess right now, but the Dolphins aren't as injured as the Commanders are, because the Commanders are very injured. They don't have Terry McLaurin or Jaden Daniels, and that's a big reason why the record's as bad as it is. So I think the Dolphins will take care of an injured Commanders team. Alright, next up we got the afternoon slate between the Panthers and the Falcons. I have the Falcons winning 27-23. The Panthers embarrassingly lost to the Saints last week. And the Falcons, they lost in Germany to the Colts last week because Jonathan Taylor had one of the greatest games of his career. And the reason I'm picking the Falcons, despite having as worse of a record than the Panthers do, I just feel like they have more talent, and I think they're just flat out better. The Panthers, I feel like Bryce Young never really played that good to begin with whenever they were winning games. It was more they were winning games in spite of him. So for those reasons, that's why I'm picking the Falcons. Alright, next up you have the Bucs taking on the Bills. I have the Bills winning this one 30-27. Last week the Bucs lost one to the Patriots, and the Bills, they got blown out by the Dolphins. And honestly, I could see the Bucs winning this game, but the Bills, I think they're angry right now after the way they lost to the Dolphins, and the Bucs are still very injured. No Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin, no Bucky Irving. So they're going to have a tall task in front of them, and I think the Bills are going to win. Alright, next up we have the Chargers taking on the Jags. I have the Chargers winning this one 20-17. Last week the Chargers were able to basically beat the Steelers pretty handedly on Sunday Night Football, and the Jags choked against the Texans in a very dramatic come-from-behind victory. And, I just think the Jags are not a great team. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is that good. So I think the Chargers will take care of them pretty easily in a game 20-17. Alright, next up we have the Bears taking on the Vikings. I have the Vikings winning this one 23-20. Last week the Bears were able to come from behind in the fourth quarter against the Giants and win. And the Vikings, they kind of blew a lead a little bit against the Ravens because they were up by 10. Or no, they were up 10-9, I think, and then they just kind of let their foot off the gas. And I think the Vikings are going to win just because they're at home, so I think they're a better team at home than the Bears would be on the road. They already beat the Bears on the road, so I think they will take care of them at home, and it also helps that the Bears got cursed on the curse wheel, so yeah, Vikings win. Alright, next up we have the Packers taking on the Giants. I actually have the Giants winning 34-30. Last week the Packers, they didn't really do anything against the Eagles offensively, and they lost on Monday, and the Giants let the Bears come back in the fourth quarter and beat them. So both these teams trying to rewrite the ship, especially the Packers, because they're still in it. But here's the thing, Jameis Winston is starting for the Giants, and I'm expecting pure chaos in this game. It's going to be insane, and the Packers got cursed on the curse wheel this week, so that's going to have me lean towards the Giants. And also, the Packers, for some reason, really struggle against teams that aren't good. They lost to the Browns and the Panthers. So it will be very on par for them to lose this game, and honestly, I think they will. All right, next up we have the Bengals taking on the Steelers. I have the Bengals winning this one 33-29. And the Steelers last week, they lost to the Chargers on Sunday Night Football, and the Bengals had a bye week. And I think that's going to be a well-timed bye week for the Bengals because I think they're going to win this game because they're going to be a little more well-rested. And also the Steelers got cursed on the curse wheel, so I know y'all might be sick of hearing that, but that's going to influence my decision a lot. So yeah, I'm picking the Bengals just because they've had time to rest, and honestly, I think Joe Flacco's looked a lot better than Aaron Rodgers this year, so I think that he has that going for him too. They won the first UNC matchup. We'll see if he can win the second one, and I think he will. All right, next up we have the Texans and the Titans. I have the Texans winning 13-0. I think this game is going to suck. The Texans were able to come from behind against the Jags and score 26 in the fourth. And the Titans had a bye week last week, but I sure as hell cannot pick the Titans right now. The Titans are just a very bad team. The Texans have a really good defense, so I think it's going to be a low-scoring, boring game that the Texans win. All right, next up we have an NFC West matchup between the 49ers and Cardinals. I have the Cardinals winning 19-17. Last week, the 49ers lost to the Rams in a game they just couldn't keep up with the Rams, and the Cardinals lost to the Seahawks in a game where they couldn't keep up with the Seahawks. And if you guys are sick of hearing curse wheel, this will be the time, I promise. Cardinals, I think they're going to win because they're at home. The 49ers got cursed on the curse wheel, and last time these teams played, the Cardinals actually almost won. They lost, but they were really close to winning, so I think the Cardinals are going to make this a lot more, competitive than the 49ers are expecting. And I think because of that, they're going to end up winning. All right, next up we have the Seahawks taking on the Rams. I have the Rams winning 38-35. Last week, the Seahawks killed the Cardinals and the Rams killed the 49ers last week. I actually literally just talked about both those teams. But I think this is going to be a really good game. I could honestly see either team winning, but I'm going with the Rams just because they're at home, and I think their offense is a lot better, and I think Sean McVay's a better coach than Mike Macdonald. Not that Mike Macdonald's a bad coach, I just think Sean McVay's like an even better head coach. So for those reasons, I'm picking the Rams. All right, next up we have the Ravens taking on the Browns. I have the Ravens winning this one 38-21. Last week, the Ravens were able to escape against the Vikings, and the Browns, they lost to the Jets last week. And honestly, this wasn't a very hard game to predict. I mean, the Ravens have been a great team for the last few years, and the Browns have been a terrible team for the last few years. And this year, I mean, the Ravens' record's not as good as it usually is because of Lamar being injured, but I think this game's kind of just going to prove what I just said. Like, the Ravens, I think they're going to be in playoff contention soon. I mean, Lamar's back and their offense is rolling. And I don't really think their defense is going to struggle that much against the Browns. So for those reasons, I'm picking the Ravens. All right, next up we have the Chiefs taking on the Broncos. I have the Chiefs winning this one 26-25. The Broncos won an ugly game last week on Thursday Night Football, and the Chiefs had a bye week last week. And believe me, I would love to be proven wrong here, but the Broncos, they have not been playing that good. At least their offense has been playing good. Their defense has been phenomenal, but, their offense needs to pick it up if they want to win this game. And I really don't think they're going to, just because J.K. Dobbins is actually going to be out for a few games, so that's really going to hurt our offense. And, I mean, we'll see, but for this time being, I'm going to have to unfortunately pick the Chiefs. All right, and on Sunday Night Football, we have a good one. The Lions taking on the Eagles. I have the Lions winning this one 30-23. The Lions killed the Commanders last week, and the Eagles, they didn't kill the Packers, but they did beat them, so good for them for accomplishing that. And honestly, I think the Eagles, they're kind of like the Broncos. I feel like their record is better than how they're playing. I don't think they're that good of a team. I mean, they're not a bad team, but I don't think they're 7-2 good. So I think the Lions, I think they are a really good team. And I think they're going to beat the Eagles, and that's why I'm picking the Lions. And ending the week, we have the Cowboys taking on the Raiders. I have the Cowboys winning 30-20, and the Raiders lost an ugly game on Thursday Night Football last week to the Broncos, and the Cowboys had a bye week last week. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders won this game, and I was actually going to pick them just because they're at home, and the Cowboys defense is unbelievably bad, but I've already picked a lot of upsets this week, so I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to pick the Cowboys, and yeah, we'll see how the Raiders do, but I'm going with the Cowboys. And there you have it. Here's all the games and all the scores. Obviously, Colts and Saints were on bye week, so they were obviously not talked about. And yeah, here you have it. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know what to do. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.